Welcome to COFAM News TV. To stay updated, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share the news with your network.
Breaking news. Nnamdi Kanu has issued a strong warning from prison, and it's directed at everyone who visits him. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has cautioned individuals who visit him in prison against publicly discussing or broadcasting details of their meetings. Nnamdi Kanu, who is currently serving a life sentence at the Sokoto Correctional Center, made this known through his lawyer, Nnamdi Kanu. According to Ejiofor, Kanu has placed a strict restriction on the release of information from his prison meetings. He stated that only Kanu's legal team or IPOB's official spokesperson, Emma Powerful, are authorized to make public statements on his behalf. Ejiofor explained that Kanu has directed that any person who visits him must not speak publicly about the outcome of their discussions. He added that if Kanu has any message to pass to the public or specific individuals, it will be communicated through the appropriate and authorized channels. The IPOB leader also addressed claims that visitors are required to pay money before being allowed to see him. His lawyer dismissed these allegations, stating clearly that no one has ever paid money to visit Nnamdi Kanu and that visiting him is not a money-making venture for anyone. Ejiofor further outlined the official procedure for visiting Kanu, noting that all visitors must comply with the established protocol of the Sokoto Correctional Center. This includes presenting valid means of identification, submitting a passport photograph, filling out the necessary forms, and undergoing screening before final approval is granted. According to his legal team, the directive is aimed at preventing misinformation and unauthorized narratives surrounding Nnamdi Kanu's detention and interactions while in custody. Breaking news from Anambra State, IPOB has issued a fresh directive on the controversial Monday sit-at-home, directly challenging Governor Charles Soludo's actions. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has urged residents and business owners across major towns in Anambra State to open their shops peacefully, despite the state government's crackdown on the Monday sit-at-home order. This comes after Governor Charles Soludo ordered the closure of the Onitsha main market for 1 week, following traders' failure to comply with the state government's directive to ignore the sit-at-home. Over the weekend, the Anambra state government had announced plans to introduce pro-rata salary payments for workers as part of efforts to end the sit-at-home. However, on Monday, Governor Soludo personally visited the Onitsha main market alongside government officials and ordered its immediate closure. The governor warned that the closure could be extended if traders continued to disobey government directives, adding that security agencies had sealed the market to enforce compliance. Speaking at the market, Soludo said the government would not tolerate actions he described as economic sabotage, stressing that the closure was meant to protect law-abiding citizens. He warned traders that they must either conduct business under government directives or leave the market entirely. In a statement signed by its spokesperson, Comrade Emma Powerful, thanked residents of Anambra for observing a peaceful sit-at-home in solidarity with detained IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. According to the group, the action demonstrated that dignity is more valuable than money. Addressing the state government directly, IPOB urged residents to open their businesses the following day and ignore intimidation. The group stated that no governor has the power to punish citizens for peacefully exercising their conscience, insisting that the sit-at-home remains a peaceful civil protest and lawful expression of dissent. IPOB further alleged that the state government's actions were aimed more at impressing federal authorities than protecting the interests of the Igbo people. The statement ended with a warning that any individual or group preventing the reopening of markets on Tuesday would face consequences, adding that threats were not the solution and that justice remains the only lasting answer. What if the voice of a jailed separatist leader could still control the movement outside prison walls? From inside detention, Nnamdi Kanu has just issued fresh strict orders, and they're already shaking the pro-Biafra space. If you have watched this video up to this moment without liking or subscribing, you're wrong. Please support this channel by smashing the subscribe button and turning on notification. Now, let's proceed. From behind the walls of the Sokoto Correctional Center, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has issued a new set of firm directives to his supporters, warning against internal attacks, unauthorized statements, and actions he says could damage both his detention conditions and the wider struggle. The directives were delivered on Sunday through two of his lawyers, Nnaemeka Ejiofor and Patrick Agazi, following an official visit to Kanu at the Sokoto Correctional Facility in Sokoto State. Speaking in a recorded message to supporters, Ejiofor revealed that Kanu ordered an immediate end to public attacks on the IPOB Directorate of State, also known as the DOS. Kanu described the DOS as his own structure and brainchild, stressing that it must be respected by all supporters without exception. Kanu also directed that affiliated groups, including AVID, the Rising Sun, and the Ambassadors of the Third Nation, must be treated with respect. He further named individuals he described as close associates, including Dr. Sylvester Onye, Evans Nwankwo, and Maxwell Dide, warning that attacks against them would be taken personally. According to Ejiofor, Kanu made it clear that any attack on the DOS, the listed groups, named individuals or members of his family, would be regarded as a direct attack on him, adding that such actions would carry serious consequences. The IPOB leader called for unity and restraint, describing the current moment as critical for consolidation. While acknowledging the efforts of other pro-Biafra groups and individuals, Kanu said their contributions were recognized and appreciated, even if not all could be mentioned by name. In another major directive, Kanu banned visitors from making public broadcasts or statements about meetings held with him in detention. He emphasized that any message from him would be communicated directly to the individuals concerned and not through public commentary. Ejiofor added that Kanu restricted public statements about his health, detention, or legal case strictly to his lawyers or persons he personally authorizes. Kanu also dismissed claims that visits to him were monetized. He insisted that no one pays to see him and explained that all visitations follow a clear administrative protocol at the Sokoto Correctional Center, including valid identification, passport photographs, and formal screening by correctional officers. Challenging those making allegations of extortion, Kanu called on them to publicly state how much they allegedly paid, describing such claims as false and unfounded. Describing Kanu as deeply disappointed, his lawyers said the IPOB leader condemned individuals spreading discord within the movement, warning that such actions harm both his personal situation and the broader cause. Adding to the directives, Patrick Agazi announced that Kanu ordered a woman identified as Lolo Neka Chimezie to immediately stop making public statements about him, his detention, or his case. Kanu stated that he did not authorize her to speak on his behalf and urged the public to disregard any broadcasts or interviews attributed to her. Agazi also refuted claims that Kanu's family or his legal team had turned prison visits into a transactional process, insisting that Kanu personally investigated the allegations and found them to be false. He stressed that compliance with official visitation protocols remains the only requirement for access. Nnamdi Kanu is currently facing terrorism-related charges filed by the Nigerian government, charges he has consistently denied. His continued detention and trial remain a major source of controversy, fueling internal tensions among pro-Biafra groups and drawing ongoing national and international attention. If you enjoy the daily updates from this channel, please subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates. Thanks for watching and always stay informed.